start this ENF meeting. Counselor Snell,
Yes, ma'am.
would you do our invocation, please?
Yes, ma'am. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day. Be with us, Lord, as we go through the committee meeting today. And bless all of our visitors that's come today, and just be with us, Lord, and give us guidance and direction, and help us as we get home tonight. In His name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, Shelley.
Yes, ma'am. Joseph Taylor.
Here.
Keith Austin.
Here.
Bill
How much
England.
did you give?
Jack Baker. Harley Buzzard.
For that save
Joe Bird.
honey.
Sean Crittenden. John Garvin. Frankie Hargis.
Present.
Wanda Hatfield. Rex Jordan. Nick Clay. Curtis Snell. Victoria Vesquez. David Walkenstick. Brian Warner. We do have a quorum.
All righty, I would entertain approval of the minutes from February. So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second for February's minutes. All those in favor? Any opposition? That passes. Okay, I gave Sean this meeting off, so we will start with Lacey.
Very good. Afternoon now, council. Okay, so we are finishing up our comprehensive annual financial report, the audit to produce the CAFR that will be provided to you at the end of this month. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of my staff and the program staff who help us get through that process. It's a very intense process, and I will say that during the process of our financial statement audit, we've also had a few agency auditors come in and want to review grants that they have let to Cherokee Nation, and so we've been very successful in those audits, very clean, and I want to thank the staff who've also helped on those. We are printing the School Appreciation Day checks this week, and we actually took the check to the bank yesterday to fund those, and so we're very excited about that. I think it's going to be a record day and a good day in the Cherokee Nation and the state of Oklahoma this Friday. We are watching the federal budget process very carefully, as you know, and we're taking appropriate steps and actions to plan and prepare should there be federal funding reductions, and so most of it's unknown, so I can't really speak directly to that, but if there are things that the council hears or emails that you receive from agencies or organizations or otherwise, please send those on to me. I would love to see, we're kind of following any level of gossip, if you will. I mean, we're following all leads to make sure that we know what's being said and what's going around. So with that, I'll be happy to take any questions that you might have for me.
Go, Counselor Crittenden.
Lacey,
Thank you, ma'am.
if we have ideas about something we want to add to the budget, what's the deadline there?
So the process for addition for a program or a new program or for an existing program?
Maybe a new one.
Okay. New ones are most easily added at the comprehensive budget, because I will say, it's easier to kick off a program at the beginning of the year than it is in the middle of the year. At this point, we are taking requests for carryover, but being that we're kind of in this waiting period with the federal situation, we don't want to use up all our good gen fund money if we could be experiencing either a government shutdown or federal funding cuts in 17. At this point, we're kind of in a continuing resolution situation until April the 28th. And, at that point, we'll know more about what we're doing. So we're kind of in a holding pattern on adding more to programs at this point until we know how that's going to play out a little bit better.
Like we talked before the last budget hearing, maybe about a position that we spoke about. Will you give me a month's heads up, Sean, if you've got anything, get it to me type deal? I don't want to miss out this budget on that. Maybe maybe some other things.
So if it's a program change, if you could take that up for the executive director, and then they would bring that forward to the principal chief's budget process.
When does that need to happen?
I mean, you should probably start that now, I would advise.
Thank you.
Anybody else need anything from Lacey? Okay, if not, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
So next is Diane Kelly. And as you make your way up here, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate this story about the young lady in our book, Chelsea. Because that is the most frustrating thing. You go to school, you get your degree, you can't get a job because you have no experience. And you found a way to get her the experience she needed, and that's a success story right out of career services. And thank you. I'm sure this happens every day in your shop, so thanks for bringing it to our attention.
Thank you. I was over at Job Corps this morning and I got another success story, a guy that's making $19 an hour and he was one of our participants. So I said, send me the information.
Yes.
So those are good stories to hear. We don't normally hear those good stories. We usually hear the other, but we appreciate getting the good ones. We are proceeding with our registered apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship program. It's underway. We've located our classroom. I want to thank Bruce for that and David Moore, and identified the program areas that we'll be working with that, which will be our sector partnership. When we went down to Dallas, we asked for an extension on that sector partnership grant and to move that over into the manufacturing. And so they're gun-ho about it, and we got all the paperwork into the Department of Labor. Brenda Fitzgerald will be working with it, our Tarot office, Larry Vance, and our economic development. We are doing a webinar on the application process. I want to thank W.C. Granat over in the construction for C&B, and David Moore in facilities, and Larry Vance, because those three guys were the ones who actually were kind of spearheading this, and we're coming in on the back end of it to do the nuts and bolts, the paperwork, and getting it online, and then identifying the people that are actually going to be doing it. We've identified an individual that's going to be working on a full-time basis with that. We've also got another individual that will be working with the CherokeeCareerConnections.com, which is our internet where you can send your resumes to, which is our job bank, and then our Tarot job bank. That person will have one of these little things around their head. They will be answering that phone even on their lunch hour. That's all they're going to work on is the Cherokee Career Connections. They'll be working on the computer, working on the telephone, and that position is going to be working out of our Sallisaw office, because that's where we've identified the space for it, because I don't have any more room here. So they're going to be working on that, and we feel very confident that we're going to get a lot more resumes coming in of people who've actually gone through training that can be sent straight on over for the apprenticeship. And the ones that come in that are just general laborers, then we will actually put them through the classroom component. Once they get that, then they'll go straight on out there in the labor positions. So we're targeting the construction, and we hope to move over into the health area and into IT later on down the road. But that's something that the state director has asked us to look at, because right now 94% of the apprenticeship in the state of Oklahoma is construction, and they're wanting to get into these other fields. So we're game for it. We're going to be working with the National Center for Construction Education and Research. They're going to develop our curriculum. They already have curriculum developed, and we'll use their curriculum, and they're going to come down and train the people that are working in the construction area. They're actually going to be the trainers in the classroom aspect of it. And WC's already identified the contractors that we're going to bring in to sit down with and have them identify the areas that they're going to do the apprenticeship in. And so we plan on doing that here, I think probably within the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. We'll just start going and moving, bam, 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 and it'll be underway. And hopefully this time next month, I'll be able to tell you that it's up and running. Job fairs, we're working with the C&B on their culinary job fair at Hard Rock. That's an area that they seem like they have a revolving door. So if you know people that are interested in the food service business, because they can do career ladders, have them come up and apply. We did put information back at the back on the job fair. We've hired Isaac Barnowski, who is from Diane, Oklahoma, and he will be working with us in the Salsa office. He is a Cherokee, and he has worked for the state workforce for probably about 8 to 10 years. And we're very excited about getting this young man. He comes with a wealth of knowledge. He has a lot of ideas, and so he's going to be our person that we're going to be working with there in Sallisaw. Jeff, George, and John are gearing up for the Summer Youth Employment Program, and there's 2 areas that they wanted me to mention to you. The age group has gone up to 24 years of age. So if you know somebody out there that's not 21, but 22 and 23, 24, tell them to come in and apply for our summer program, because that way they can get their foot in the door, and then we can move them into other career ladders because of their age. Anybody under 18 will have to have their parents accompany them when they come in, and there will be drug testing. Part of that is because a lot of the places that are replacing our youth this year, and it's going to make them more employable when they go out in the real world, is in our health areas. And because of the accreditation with schools and accreditation with the health, they're requiring those drug tests. So we're just doing that across the board with everybody. And I think it will cut back on any incidents that may occur with our students.
Diane, are you doing that also with day workers?
Yes, sir, we are.
Wow, that's good.
Yes, we are. And all we have to do is mention in the hallways when it starts up, we're going to be doing drug testing. And oh, I got to go see my aunt. I got to go down the hall. I'll be right back. I'll never see him again. But it's cut back.
Wow, you're tough, Diane.
Any questions?
I have one. The internship that George Roach does, is there an age, what's the age group on that?
18,
Okay.
starting at 18, and it'll go up to 24.
Okay.
No,
Is that
it
what
may
you
not.
just said?
It may not go up to 24. I think it's 18 to 21. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, and I just wondered if I wasn't paying attention. I thought the 24 was for summer jobs.
No,
Summer youth.
it's 18 to 20.
21 for the youth
Yeah.
internship. Okay. You already spoke. Let somebody else. Does anybody else have anything before? Okay, I thought so. Go, Counselor Crittenden.
Youth. Hey, Diane, like summer youth, I used to work on it, and I've seen people, hey, summer youth.
Yes,
But
you
now,
did.
so there's a selling point on that, where once they're in there and do a good job, there's these other what'd you call them?
There's other opportunities for any of these students that are already out of high school because of the age group. There's other opportunities for them to pursue other avenues after the summer program is over with.
And like in our neck of the woods, Faye will know all about those opportunities.
She should. If she don't, you let me know, but I would bet she will know.
Well, that's a neat aspect to that summer youth thing.
Yes. In fact, Job Corps has gone up, it was 24, and they could actually be 26 when they graduate. And I think the ETA decided because of that, they were moving the age group up. Because in a lot of the metropolitan areas, there's a lot more older people that are coming to the door and applying.
Yeah, thank you, Diane.
Counselor Buzzard?
Diane, I know you do flyers on most of your job, youth, summership, employment, other things, but I never see those things. Where do you put them up at? I'm talking about in Delaware County, Jay.
I'm not really sure where Vicki
Okay.
and Mallory put them up. We work with the state employment services. We work with the employment agencies around any temp services. We work with the workforce offices. We have tried to put them up at some of the places like Walmart, various places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stores anymore that won't let you put anything up. And we used to put stuff up everywhere,
Well, I
but
know I used to see them, but I don't see them, I'm talking to Jay in Delaware County, but now that we've got those marquees at our clinics, I have Mallory or somebody just give them a short message and put it up there, because most of our people go to the clinic out there.
a lot of the kids see it on Facebook.
Yeah. well,
And
that's
our
true, too.
communications
Yeah.
department has been really good about getting stuff out on the television monitors at our clinics and various locations. And Facebook has pretty much taken over with a lot of our young people. And when we ask them, where did you hear about it? Facebook. Because if you go into any place, you can look and there's young people and they've got that little handheld telephone in their hand.
But I wish you would, have Mallory to have them put it on the marquee, electronic sign over the clinic, or most of them at some point in time will drive through there, so. And of course, the bank's there too, and it was certainly so. But I know before we used to see the flyers out, but I don't see them much anymore. And you're right, you know, like some of the stores, they don't allow it. Anyway, the more we can get out, the better.
And we give the flyers to Gail. She sends them out to you.
Yeah.
And if you need us to make copies for you, and you're willing to help get us out, get them out there for us, we'd appreciate that.
And I notice even in our clinics, we don't really have and I'll check into that, we don't have a bulletin board to put that stuff in, because they don't want stuff just hanging every place, I guess. And I'll talk to them about that
Food
also.
distribution is real good about assisting us with getting information out.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Speaker Byrd, did you have a comment?
Yes. Earlier, we were talking about volunteers from other states
Yes.
that come into our area. They did the little issue we had at Greasy Community. Your department would be good at developing good volunteers to help other states when they need it. Maybe not even states, but out of our area here, because we get volunteers quite a bit from other areas, and I think that would be a good criteria for some of our youth to experience that, going out to other areas and doing some type of help.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Okay. That may be something that we could consider. I don't know if we could do it this year, but we could.
Oh, yeah.
We could look at doing that maybe next year.
Yes.
Counselor Warner?
I'd like to add on to that. That's something that I've always thought is a great idea, you know, because if we lose the volunteer, who's going to take care of us when we get older, stuff like that. But I have a group of elderly that want to volunteer and stuff, so if you keep that in mind, not just limit it to our youth, but there's a lot of people that are retired and don't work, but they want to go help and be a part of what we're doing, so add that. Thank you.
Counselor Crittenden, did you have another?
I hadn't caught a episode lately, but like our OCO program, I think like Harley was saying, and they may do it, I hadn't caught an episode lately, but just do kind of a after-school special with Diane, you know, seriously. Hey, some of these programs are available. I think that would be a really good use of that. I know you're not in control of the communications, but I've thought about that, you know. I think it would be well needed for, hey, summer youth is coming up. Here's the, you know, and different programs that maybe because of my own fault I don't know all about. There's a lot of them that I don't know about, and then I'm just assuming the folks that don't deal with it all the time, they sure don't know about it.
That's a good idea, and we'll take it under advisement. I'll get with Julie Hubbard and see if there's something that we can do while the program's going on this summer, where they can interview some of the clients that are actually in the program, so that we could have that as a boilerplate for next year. And if we've got any footage from previous years, we may be able to put
It'd
something
be a
together.
good draw.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Diane, you guys still got your welding program?
I'm sorry,
You
what?
still have your welding program?
Yes, sir.
I was visiting with Marshall Lee yesterday about a possibility of making some wood stoves for our people. We during those winter months, we get a lot of requests for heat and wood and everything, and didn't know if that's a project that you could delegate to whoever's on the welding program to make a wood stove. They're cheap to make. There's kits you can buy for like $45, and they're those barrel stoves, what they call them. And I think that'd be a good project if the council was willing to purchase the products. If you guys would be willing to put the time in to weld those up.
I'm not really sure. I'd have to ask Mr. Tannehill and them, because there's various things that they have to teach them in the 6 weeks that they're in that class. And I'm not really sure if that's something that they would be willing to take on, because I know they have to learn techniques
Sure.
and certain kinds of welds,
Yeah.
and I'm not really sure how long that's going to take.
Okay.
But I will mention it to him.
Yeah, could you make note of that and mention it to him and see what his thoughts are on it?
Yeah, I can.
Just shoot me a text or email or something. Let me know. If no one else is interested in it, I'd be interested for my district, Cherokee County.
Okay.
So,
I'll get back through Miss Miller, and then she can send it out to everybody.
all right. Thanks, Diane. Thank you, Cherokee.
Anything else? All right, Diane, keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Always good to hear from you. And next, look like Shay is here for Anna. Anything big happened since yesterday afternoon, Shay?
Well,
As a matter of fact.
Jimmy Woodman.
what I did want to point out is that we hosted some youth art classes at the Cherokee Arts Center last week during spring break every afternoon. They were very well attended. The students all had a great time. There were an average of 18 students there each day. So we were really excited about that. That's the best attendance we've had. It's the second time we've offered those classes. So anyway, you have a copy of our report, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Do you have any preliminary VITA figures?
I do. As of March 10th, I'm sorry, that was in yesterday's report, and I should have pointed that out. But as of March 10th, 822 returns had been prepared and submitted. And I want to say it was a little over $1.5 million in refunds received. And just so you know, I think I'd mentioned when we first started talking about VITA, when I mentioned that we were going to be doing it and giving you the dates. The average amount that we are saving taxpayers by our staff preparing and submitting those returns is $273. So if the individual went to a paid tax preparer to provide the same service, they would be charged approximately $273.
It's good service.
Yes. Any other questions for Shay? I think another thing about the VITA program is you all have the best interests of the client at heart, and paid tax preparers are there to make money.
Correct.
And so it's a service that you provide, and it's all with the best intentions. So
Yes, thank you for
I'm
pointing
glad
that
to
out.
see
Our
it.
staff really does a good job. I have to give them a lot of accolades for the fact that not only do they provide the service, but they're also making referrals during that time. They're talking to individuals about, so you have plans for this money you're getting back? What are we doing with this? You know, they're using it as an opportunity to do some financial coaching without being pushy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, it's a great service.
Okay. All right. Thanks for being here, Shay. Okay, brings us down to our consent items, the tarot certifications that are in the book. We good to go? Okay, you do have a list.
To be approved.
There we go. Second. Got a motion and a second to approve the tarot certifications. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. The community assistance, you got a new sheet. Look it over carefully. Be sure, yes, Counselor Jordan.
For the Oklahoma Preservation Committee, it should be OK Preservation Committee.
Just okay?
It's just OK.
Oh, okay, like
Yeah,
the tent?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Correct.
Was that you that had your hand up? Go ahead, Counselor.
Jody, on my remainder to Caney Valley JOM, and I'll get you the contacts.
Okay.
He's supposed to get back with
Mr. Warner had a correction on his, he had one of his $1,000 contributions was on there previously approved, and they just got their information in, and it was on there again, so we need to take that $1,000 off Mr. Warner's.
Counselor Vasquez?
I have a correction, Jody, on mine that says Bonita Public Schools. It should be Bonita Backpack Program for Salvation Army. I mean, it's through the Salvation Army, it's for the Bonita Backpack Program, not Bonita Schools.
us. We need to go through your final one. If you did, I don't know if you
Keith, did you have something?
Yes. I'd like to add $300 split evenly between Counselor Taylor and myself for Burgers Fire Department. Really better.
Did we buy them?
Okay.
Counselor Warner?
Yes, ma'am. Jody, I need, I'm not sure the first part, but it's the fire code, $250.
This fire core?
Yeah, I don't know if it's brushy fire core, we'll put that in there.
Okay.
Jody,
Counselor Hargis has the floor.
Oh, go ahead, start.
Need to add Cherokee Children's Mission. $2,000.
I should have taken a shorthand class and.
No kidding. All right, Stick.
Keys Public Schools, $500 split it 3 ways between the 3 districts, District 1, 2, and 3.
Way to do Eldon while you're at it.
And do Eldon Baptist Church for how much? For $500 for $1,000, 3 ways between District 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
You want to do anything about law enforcement?
Okay, is everybody else good for this month? Jack, do I have a motion and a second? Am I good?
Second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, you have law enforcement funds in front of you. Is everybody good with their law enforcement funds?
I make a motion to be approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for law enforcement. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, there should be a list of roads projects in your book.
Mr. Garvin, are you wanting these added this month?
Possible.
Have Briartown Road, and this, I guess this amount at the top is $106,282. And East Davisfield Road, Phase 2 for $106,282. And let me check.
Joe, do you have everything you need? Can we go ahead and
Yeah, I
vote?
was going to see which fund we needed
Oh,
to
okay.
take.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Love for Mr. Garvin. I believe that must be a total of both funds, your motor fuel and the motor vehicle. It's going to be $45,606 out of motor fuel and $166,958 out of motor vehicle tax.
Okay, with those additions? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, that passes. Looks like the sports team applications.
Point of order.
Oh,
We didn't have a motion on that last.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the additions to the roads. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All righty. Let's move on to sports teams. It looks like there are no new ones. Is that correct, Jody?
There's actually, there are some new ones, but those get approved, we'll make sure we get a new list in.
Okay.
So those are automatically, we automatically do those, but we'll
Okay,
make
so we'll
sure we
skip
get a
those
list
since we don't have anything to look at.
Right.
There were a couple of livestock additions. That's noted in your book.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the livestock. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We have no old business. Under new business, Jack, can we do 1 through 9?
Yes, I make a motion that we approve items 1 through 9, which are donations of surplus equipment to various nonprofit entities.
Second.
Motion and a second on 1 through 9. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Okay, Jack, would you take number 10, please?
Yes. This is an act amending Legislative Act 2216, authorizing comprehensive capital budget fiscal year Mod 4, and I make a motion to be approved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that? If not, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Counselor Austin, would you do the last one, please?
Sure. This is an act amending Legislative Act 23-16, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2017, Mod 6, and declaring an emergency. And I move for its approval.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay, that carries. Brings us down to announcements. Anybody have anything compelling? If not, the next meeting's scheduled for Thursday, April 27th at 3, and I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Peace.